All right, so back again. Just trying to get into a regular cadence with streaming. Just kind of go from there. I installed the Gemini CLI tool today. I've got like this thing going on with persistent memory within Claude Desktop where it knows what I've been working on. I'm gonna show that off. And then I'm gonna create an intro for this video. Um, for some reason, I've got some issues with visual going in and out as far as me, my image. And I'm not 100% sure why that's happening. I'll deal with it later. I think what's the most important is I should have looked at those updates. Let me see. Powder, uh, create apps, prototypes, interactive documents that use Claude inside the artifact. That's pretty cool. That's insane, actually. Let's learn more about it. This is today. Damn, this is pretty nuts. This might be, so I've got a GitHub. Um, let's do this. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is sick. PRD Maker, Dream Interpreter. I'm gonna send this to my wife real quick. They got like a forking mechanism. That's interesting. Yeah, I've always kind of used Cloud Desktop in that way, anyways. Where I wanted to convert code back over. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk and process information at the same time sometimes. The way the code, I remember doing this. Let's use that since it's a lot of fun, anyways. What do we, how do we customize this here? Okay, here we go. Change the topic. What is the topic here? Um, let's go path of least resistance, water flowing through an espresso puck. That's so embarrassing that I have all these broken MCP servers, but then they don't show up here. Well, they don't show up there anyways. Let me just this real quick. So the Toolhouse MCP server is breaking, and then Crawl4 AI RAG system is breaking. So I'm gonna get rid of both of those. And now it's initializing, of course. That's what happens on these. Let's see what it comes up with. What I was gonna say is I've always used Claude Desktop as a place to plan and build. Today I started using plan mode heavily and came up with these different documents. I feel like that's not enough though. It should be deeper than that. Technical plans, feature plans, operations plans, master file. So I'm missing out on it's now ready to track your progress, implement these events. You can update statuses and add log time. So I do have other, okay, they're here though. I didn't even ask them to move them there, but whatever. Something to think about that I've experienced, at least my fan is on. My machine must be going super hard right now. Interesting. Okay, that's how you know. I gotta figure out a better streaming setup. Anyways, I've got a lot of documentation. I just got done watching a video about Gemini CLI, so I am using the Gemini CLI as well. Um, and so, look, and then they want to do, see you provided JSON example, blah, 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 blah. Let's do this. So this is Gemini. Then it's going to open up. It should at least. There it goes. What's this task? I don't need that though. It's more of a Gemini something. It's like a Gemini.md file. Here, let me just do this. Make life easier. So yeah, they came up with this. They got a repository. They got this whole situation here. Of course, there's nothing important in the document. This is just like an announcement document. Now my job is to this right here. I think this is it. Build and run, writing tests, testing frameworks, etc. Continue adding the MCP servers from, I had a whole separate list here. Um, hmm, let's just do this .cloud settings, JSON local. Is that right? No, after settings and local. It's local.json. And then we're going to go update the mni.md with the files you find in docs folder. Let's do it like this. And then we're going to let it go, let it rip. I will say this, man. One of the things that I really appreciate is just being able to experiment with this all day. This is what I do. Is I get a chance to be early on these tools because I have an opportunity that's rare, and that rare opportunity is I'm in a position to where I've made enough money and I've had enough success to where I can sit and focus for a while without having to focus on earning income first. Um, I think that ultimately gives me a lot of flexibility and also the opportunity to lean into my strength, which is sitting with a tool like this and learning about it. That's kind of cool. Okay, so what else do I need to know about this real quick? Let's see. Okay, so you create the tool, then add it as an artifact, basically. Let's do it. Enough said. Where's this shit at? I'm surprised it didn't pop up already. Hmm. So I have all my artifacts right here. That is different. They have a whole separate section for artifacts now. I wonder if that's going to change what I've been doing and what I have done. So one way to easily get back into my chat. Okay, well, I'm not going to bore you. Let's do this. Actually, this is even smarter. Let's go to lovable prompts. Let's do it's one of these two. Go here. think this is the only doc. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. And since I'm using file system, I'll just have access to all these other markdown documents. Here, here. So let's play this one. There's so much. I don't want to mess it up, so let's go. And then let's go. This might not be necessary, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And it's just 2 extra links. It's all good. Or 3 extra links. I'd rather be sure. And then we're done. All right, so we'll let that do what it does. Um, Pretty significant. Regarding MCP services, I couldn't find them. Specify file. Could you please, so I can add them? If you want me to search files, please let me know where to look. What did I write? What did I ask? Oh, these MCP servers. I could actually do that even easier. And then I gotta just figure out a way to grab the file path. That's where it gets tricky. Let's go to settings. Cursor settings. It's kind of cool. Consult 7, Taxel file system, all these are. Okay, I exceeded the tool limit. That's fine. I don't need this. is this not working? I definitely don't need the Slack thing. I don't care about that. Let's see if I can pull in a better looking one. Sync share flow. So I have a MCP server that allows me to get into the repo here. So that might come in handy actually. Let's see. I hate the fact that it doesn't let me go directly to the repo like I want to. What's going on? Why? All right, no worries. This is here. And then, so while that's happening, I could be doing this. Let's run a test. So there's that. And then we'll say for this guy, it's also done. How? Um, I don't know why that happened. That's annoying. That's what I was gonna do, actually, is this MCP servers. Man, I'm messy right now. I know. I know. Hey. And then I'm gonna do plan mode. I'll do MCP here. Let's try that. So get rid of that real quick. Let's hop over here. This one doesn't want to work. I'll use this one. All right, so instead of doing this right now, I'm going to grab this, copy. That's awesome right there, actually. Well, not automatically, but agentically, maybe. So they're gonna make me let's do it like this. All right, cool. So there's that, and then I gotta wait for this guy. Kill that. It's a lot going on. Yeah, I'm terminating that. That's weird. See if I can get it to work the way I want it to. on this first shot. All right. I don't know why Bash is acting like this. Nah, I've got to switch this so that the first command isn't, or the default isn't Bash. It's kind of interesting. See if we can use it well or not. Yeah, that's fine. Let's watch this. So what I'm about to do now, um, so then this. made an MCP server that's remote. This seems doable. I just got to do it. So let's go here. Let's say Gemini CLI and quad code. And so I got that one already. And then I can drop in a link here and say Gemini CLI kept trying to push me over to this. So I'll just use that. Boom, boom. Custom slash command. That'd be dope. Let's go custom slash command here. And then they have I'm pretty sure they have a there should be like some docs or something. There it is. And then the SDK. I do want to use the SDK, but first I need to do some other shit. Here we go. So I'm going to use this on the second prompt. Watch this. Prompts or commands. Watch this. So then I drop that, let it do its thing. And then that'll be the real winner if I can get that to work. Get home path directory. What's going on here? Not sure. This looks like it's fine and it worked. Specific to Gemini CLI MCP server. configuration. So place it accordingly. Help me understand where it should go for easy access and connectivity. That's good. Grammar doesn't have to be perfect here. Yep. So then imagine as we go on, I'm guessing OpenAI, I mean, they have Codex, but they'll have a better version maybe. Some kind of coding agent that I can open up inside of the terminal, let it do its thing. Then eventually I'll be able to push out these workflows. And that's where it's going to get really crazy. That's where it's going to get really crazy. So right now, what I was going for and looking for was mostly this. These three alone should allow me to talk inside of Cursor IDE and access everything I need to. I probably need to add like a get of some sort, a get tool of some sort where I can access files and ingest them and then build plans or whatever accordingly. Could be really good for testing as well. So we got both of these plan mode, cloud cloud, da -da. Nice. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, just like that, even thinking through this, the thought that comes to mind is I can use Claude Code as my overall thinking tool, thinking and planning tool, and then Gemini can be more so contextual, making sure that the entire code base is seen because I've got a million token context window versus 200,000. So that capability can't just be negated, I don't think, unless I'm missing something somewhere. Yeah, so what I want is pretty much a system to add in and test different MCP servers. And then also a test run of some sort so that I can have a rating system. I need something that's going to, I need an agent that can assess which plan should be executed by which agent. Because I'm guessing that there's going to be certain agents that are going to do better with Anthropic and then others that are going to do better with Gemini. So I'm just kind of thinking through that as well. Just let that do its thing. So that's working. And then, yeah, let's go for it. What's going on here? This thing is still chewing on this. Yep. I don't know if that's going to matter or not. It's just annoying. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't let me do anything while I'm doing this. Damn, it's just sitting there. Yeah, bro. The time just falls off the clock when I'm doing this. It's crazy. All that is cute and everything, but I'm still missing out on the meat and potatoes of what I'm really hearing. It looks more like this. This thing is painfully slow. Let me try this joint. Really, I'm just trying to create this event dashboard that I can use real quick and modify over time. So whatever that needs, that's fine. I'm gonna add that instruction. I can get a textful API key. That's pretty easy. This is just nothing. That's actually really dope. Yeah, I can use this around MCP and then Cloud SDK. I need to learn how to use this, but basically it allows you to insert an agent. Which could be really interesting. Yeah, I could use one that connects and looks for issues. I could have one that is best practices. That's dope. It's pretty powerful. Yeah, there's no reason for us to change any of this. Sorry. This is horrible. Why is it? Yeah, there. It's buggy. It's for sure buggy right now. That's annoying. Okay. Well, Try one more time, and then we're gonna call it good. I'll be back. There we go. Hey, 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 hey. Actually, I have this. Yeah, that's fine. I need my test Luma. Where's my Luma stuff at? Must be waving around shit at this point. I'll get rid of it. Mm. What's the event URL? Let's see. Hey, what's up? Good to see you too. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a live stream right now. Yeah, bro. How was your trip? Oh yeah. Nice. Dude, you went crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, you enjoy Vegas? Damn. Yeah, I gotta hear about it, bro. Yeah, I'll be around. All right. Welcome back, man. I did it again. Oh, let's try this one. So that one's got the key in it. This one does not. Yeah, so this has to work. If it doesn't, it really screws me up pretty bad. So the cool thing about this is I can grab all the code. So if I can get this part to work, it's gonna be pretty dope, basically. The beauty of it is my GitHub repo is attached to Lovable. So if I can get it working, which is what I care the most about, I can then get it into the repo. And from the repo that's already attached, I can then modify the UI UX to be more in line with what you would get from a lovable, which is going to be prettier most of the time. This time, too. But yeah, most of the time. All right, anyways, I'm gonna call it there. Is an hour over. Yeah, an hour. So I'm excited. Looks like I'm fixing this. I did all the MCP server additions for Cloud Code and Gemini CLI, or at least attempted to, started to. I'll solve that over time. Should just give me more ability and more things I can essentially accomplish inside of Cursor. But in the meantime, if I found that this is an easier way to MVP using an artifact inside of Claude Desktop, as long as I don't get limited here, which I did, and that's bullshit. I know it's bullshit, but there's got to be a combination, and I'll find a combination between Claude Desktop, Cursor, and Lovable, and being able to play in between these three and get exactly what I want. You can see how this one's more soft and actually looking for the event ID rather than a URL. I don't know why it does that, and I don't know what the difference would be in processing. But since I have this, let's drop it in real quick. Then I'll send you on your way. But it would be really dope to be able to sync the event details, sync the guest list, and just have that available. Have another button for Texel. So essentially using this. This was in my live stream earlier, but it would be like essentially using this tool um, to build out my marketing material. So it looks like this. He's got some different stuff I've got to experience and play around with. That's kind of dope. 2.1. It's the same one. This one was really strange from yesterday. And according, this one didn't do anything at all. That one just zoomed in, and then this